Okay, so you're a beginner on YouTube and you've decided that you're going to use exactly what you have, which is your cell phone, to make your YouTube videos, but your videos are looking kind of like this.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
Instead of looking like this. Doesn't this look so much better? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to take your videos from looking like that to looking more professional, just like the professional that you are. So if that sounds interesting to you, then keep on watching. So my very first tip, before you even sit down to record, decide what you want to talk about in your video. Why is that important? Because it doesn't matter if you're filming with a phone or with a camera. When you sit down to record and you didn't decide what you want to talk about, you will freeze up in front of the camera. So take the time to think about what you want to say in your video and jot that down first, and then you can start to record your videos. Okay, cool, let's move on. My second tip, find your light. What do I mean by that? A window. Find a window in your house that has really nice soft light, and if you have shares, even better. The reason you want to do that is that it's going to make you evenly lit and you're going to look a lot more professional, regardless of whether you're filming with a camera or whether you're filming with a phone. When you're deciding what window to film in front of, pay attention to the time of day. Another thing to pay attention to is what direction are your windows facing. For example, mine is facing north, or roughly north. I failed geography, but that's besides the point. Mine is facing north, so most of the time light doesn't come directly through, so I can film here almost any time of day. But if you have the kind of window where the light comes straight through, whether it's in the morning or in the evening, and that's your favorite spot, then wait for the opposite time when the light isn't coming directly through. They'll give you softer light, it will not throw weird shadows across your face, and you will look a lot more professional. And finally, when we're talking about light, do not, please, for the love of God, do not film at night, especially if you're extra melanated like me, okay? Because you will disappear into the darkness. So film during the day, film near a window, and pay attention to how the light comes through your window. Tip number 3, I need you to test your background. Listen, some of you might be thinking, oh, but my house doesn't look like Pinterest, it's not cute. Listen, I will confess, my house doesn't look like that either. If you could see what's behind this camera, you would laugh. You would laugh your head off, okay? But what is important is that whatever your camera does see actually looks nice. So I'm not saying go out and spend a bunch of money on home decor. No, I'm just saying clean out your background. Is it untidy? Tidy it up. Clutter in the background is very, very distracting. You will not believe how many people will get distracted by clutter in your background. So pay attention to your background. Take your phone with you, turn yourself around and see what looks best in your camera and use that as your background. For this demonstration on my phone, it doesn't look the way that I like it to, but then this is just here for you to see that everything I'm talking about works. My main background is what you see here on this camera, and I have it situated like this because that's what works for me in the space that I currently am. So test out your background, make sure it's clean, make sure it's tidy, make sure it's something that you like, and don't freak out too much about it. If all you have is a plain wall, go with your plain wall, okay? Especially as a beginner YouTuber, this can actually trip you up. Don't let that trip you up. If you keep persisting, you'll get the hang of what looks good, what you like, and then you'll be able to build up on it as you go along. Trust me on this one. All your favorite YouTubers, go back and search for their oldest videos. Their background probably looks some type of way. Tip number 4, you need to find your camera angle. So first things first, do not hold your phone in portrait mode, because that's going to give you a video that's really long and has these black bars on the side of YouTube, and it's not going to look like a movie. What I need you to do instead is to flip your camera from portrait mode into horizontal mode. That's going to give you that nice white screen that you see on all YouTube videos that use cameras and in all movies, okay? So that's the very first thing that you need to consider. The second thing I need you to think about is the eye level of your phone's lens. So if you put your phone way too high, it's gonna look like you're taking a selfie for Instagram, which is not exactly the look that you want to have on YouTube. On the flip side of that, if you put your phone too low, it's gonna look like you're so domineering and commanding. So make sure your camera is not too low. So what you need to do is make sure that the lens of your phone lines up with your eye. That's going to give you the most flattering look, and that's going to make you look friendly, really. It's good. People are going to be like, yeah, we're talking to each other, and you're not talking up at someone and you're not talking down at someone. Does that make sense? Cool. Let's move on to the final tip. The final tip that I have for you, tip number 5, is prop up your phone and hit record. Okay, so by prop up your phone, I mean find something that's going to hold your phone for you so that your hands can be free. Now, if you're doing a more vlog style kind of video, that's fine. Keep on holding your phone, but just remember to keep your eye level in check. However, if you're doing a sit down video like what I'm doing, you're going to need something to hold your phone. If you have access to one of these phone stands, go ahead and use that. But please know that this isn't necessary. You can use a stack of books, you can use a stool, a chair, you can use any combination of those. Just do whatever you have to do. Trust me, the audience will not know what's holding up. You don't know what's holding up this camera right now. Okay, so just find a way to prop up your phone till it's at eye level, and then hit record. Okay, so I hope all those tips were helpful, but listen, I can't help myself. I have to give you some bonus tips. Okay, so here are 3 bonus tips to help you take this to even the next level. So my first bonus tip: you need to make eye contact with your viewers. Yes, that sounds a bit awkward, doesn't it? Well, in this camera, I look like I'm making eye contact because I'm looking directly into the lens. However, when you're filming on a phone, it can feel a little bit awkward. Let me show you. So when I'm looking into my phone as I'm recording, I'm looking at the screen and I'm looking at my face to see how I look. But the thing is, it looks like I'm looking off into the distance, which just doesn't make sense. So to avoid this, what you need to do is turn your eyes and look at the lens. Now this is a little bit awkward, and trust me, you'll have to get used to it. A hack from that I discovered from one of my clients is she takes a piece of paper and she covers up the screen so she doesn't have to look at herself. That way she can focus directly on the camera lens. Okay, so you need to figure out a way to make eye contact with the people that are watching your videos. Okay, let's get back to my main camera because this is weird and I'm not used to it. My second tip is, if you can use the rear facing camera on your phone, that will be even more amazing, because the way phones are made, the rear facing camera is usually much higher quality than the front facing camera. If there's someone around that can help you to use the rear facing camera to film you, they'll make it so much easier. However, this is not a deal breaker because nowadays phones are so amazing, so even the front facing camera is often good enough, and that's what I'm actually using on this particular video to give you a demo of what it is that I'm talking about. My third bonus tip, listen, the bonuses just keep coming, but bear with me, trust me, it's worth it. My third bonus tip is take a thumbnail photo. Okay, don't wait until you're in editing and you're going through your video and trying to think, I kind of look okay at this point, and then take a screenshot of that. That usually doesn't look as nice as you might imagine. It's a lot better that when you're done recording your videos, move back into photo mode, leave your camera in horizontal mode, not portrait, keep it in horizontal because that's the size of the thumbnails, and take dedicated thumbnail photos. And my final bonus tip, keep making videos. Okay, making videos is awkward. This is my 4th video that I'm publishing on my channel. There's others that I filmed that I only sit and post because I was just way too awkward in them. It happens, but whatever you do, don't let that trip you up. Don't let that stop you from making your videos. Just keep going. You'll get better at it. You'll get more comfortable in front of the camera. You'll figure out what you like in your background as you go along. You'll be able to actually buy cameras and all the fancy things as you wish, if it makes sense for your business. But just keep going. Keep building that momentum. It gets easier with time. And if you need someone to talk to, I offer YouTube coaching, so I will leave a link in the description below and I can help you walk through this. We can walk through this together. Okay, you don't have to do this by yourself. Whew, guys, those are the tips that I had for you. I hope they were useful. Just to recap, the 5 tips that I have are: 1, you need to decide what you're going to talk about ahead of time before you even hit record. Number 2, find your light. Use a window, don't use the lights in your house. Number 3, test out your background. Make sure that it's clean, make sure that it's tidy so that it doesn't distract people from what you have to say. Number 4 is find your angles. Not too high, not too low, and make it eye level. And then also don't shoot portrait, shoot in horizontal. And finally, number 5, prop up your phone and hit record. I hope this was helpful for you, okay? If you found value in this, please go ahead and like and subscribe. And please get in touch with me on Instagram. I'm at Josephine Tendo. Send me a DM. Tell me if this was helpful for you. And tell me what your favorite tip was. I really love to get in touch with you and know that I'm actually helping you get better. And send me whatever questions you may have. They might become video content for the next videos. So yeah, until next time, bye.
Anybody told you